I was laughed at for being a street dancer until my video went viral. The morning air in Lagos always carried a mixture of noise, shouting traders, honking buses, and music from faraway speakers. Amid all that chaos, a barefoot boy named Tunde moved like he was born to dance. The dust didn't bother him. The heat didn't stop him. His cracked feet hit the pavement in rhythm with the drums that came from nowhere, yet seemed to live inside him. Every afternoon, after washing cars for a few coins, Tunde would find a corner in front of a small kiosk and move to the beat of life itself. Children gathered. Some clapped. Others mocked. The adults shook their heads. "Go and learn a real job," they'd say. But the boy never stopped. When he danced, the world faded, and only the rhythm remained. His clothes were torn, his life uncertain, but his dreams were vivid. He dreamed of big stages, of bright lights, of people watching not to mock, but to admire. Yet, every night, he went to bed in a small shack made of tin and wood, with an empty stomach and calloused feet. His mother, a street vendor who sold roasted corn, often looked at him with tired eyes. "Tunde," she would say softly, "dancing doesn't feed anyone." And Tunde would reply, "Maybe not now, Mama, but one day, it will." One hot afternoon, while he spun and jumped in front of the old radio shop, a stranger stopped. A tall man in sunglasses, holding a phone, watched quietly. Tunde didn't notice him at first. He was lost in the rhythm, sweat glistening on his skin, dust rising around his steps like smoke. The man smiled. There was something powerful in that raw energy, and he hit record. The video was less than a minute long. It showed nothing fancy, just a poor boy, barefoot, dancing in the middle of a noisy street. But there was something in his movement. Freedom, pain, and joy all colliding that no one could ignore. The man uploaded it that night, tagging it simply, "Pure Talent, Street Dancer in Lagos." By morning, it had 100,000 views. By evening, 1,000,000. Comments poured in from around the world. Is greater than, "This boy dances from the soul." Is greater than, "Somebody find him." Is greater than, "He's better than half the people on TV." Tunde didn't even know. He was back on the same street, dancing as usual. Then a group of people ran to him, shouting, "You're famous! You're all over social media." He laughed, thinking it was another joke. But when someone showed him his own face on a smartphone screen, his heart froze. There he was, the same torn shirt, the same feet, but now the world was watching. Within a week, reporters arrived. TV stations called. Offers came. He was invited to perform at a talent show live in front of millions. For the first time, he wore shoes. His mother wept when she saw him in the suit they gave him for the show. "You made me proud, my son," she whispered, her voice trembling. When Tunde walked onto that grand stage, lights blazing and cameras rolling, he closed his eyes and imagined the dusty streets again. He could still hear the laughter of those who once mocked him. But this time, he smiled. He began to move slow, powerful, graceful. Every spin, every jump told his story. The crowd erupted in applause. Halfway through, he kicked off his shoes and danced barefoot the way he started. The audience gasped, then roared even louder. It wasn't just a performance. It was a declaration. "This is who I am." When he finished, the judges stood up. The host asked, "Why did you keep dancing, even when people laughed at you?" Tunde looked into the camera and said, "Is greater than, because when they laughed, I danced louder. I knew one day, someone would finally hear the rhythm I was chasing." The clip of his answer went viral again, this time, intentionally. Overnight, brands reached out. TV shows called. Schools offered sponsorships. His story became a beacon of hope for dreamers everywhere. Months later, Tunde returned to his old street. The same kids who used to laugh now followed him, trying to copy his moves. He smiled, teaching them, telling them to never stop believing. "You see this dust?" he said, tapping the ground. This is where dreams begin, and where I learned to fly. That night, as the sun melted into gold, his mother watched him from their new home, still simple, but warm and safe. She whispered a prayer of gratitude, tears glistening in her eyes. Her boy had turned pain into rhythm, laughter into applause, and struggle into legacy. Tunde had become more than a dancer. He was proof that sometimes the world only starts clapping when you stop listening to its laughter. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.